Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for tuning in on Christmas. Guys, I just want to give you a big shout out, say thank you very much for the support that you've given me, and kind of reminisce a little bit. When I was a kid, one of my favorite gifts to get every year was a box full of lures that I had picked out from the old Bass Pro Shops master catalog a few months before. For me growing up as a kid, that Bass Pro Master Catalog was like the coolest thing ever. I basically had memorized every bait that was in there, where they fell within each different section of the magazine. And it just was a huge thing. So my two brothers and I would sit down, we would go through the magazine, mark all the pages, write down the exact bait and color and the page so that Santa would know exactly which baits we were after. And I still go back through a lot of the tackle I have now. I still have from when I did that. A lot of crazy baits. Just, back then when I was a kid, you're picking out baits that looked cool versus necessarily maybe function the best. A lot of interesting crankbaits, a lot of stuff that's not even made now. But I got to tell you, it was one of my favorite gifts to get every year. And we didn't fish that much. We fished once a year. We'd take a trip to northern Wisconsin for our vacation every year. And that's pretty much when I did the majority of our fishing. When I got into my teens, we ended up buying a little weekend house on a little lake in northern Indiana. And that's kind of where I cut my teeth, I guess, fishing more so than anything. But we did not grow up as a big fishing family per se. It was something that I ran with, and getting those Christmas gifts was a huge part of it. Like I just remember going back through, and when I when I put on my list, I probably have 100 different baits, and I'd probably get five of them for Christmas. But it was always really cool to open it up and see which gifts I got. And I feel like that's a big portion of what got me into fishing, kept me into fishing. Growing up in the city of Chicago, nobody I really grew up with fished. I mean, it was something that, yes, in my family, but not any of my friends. I was the outsider for sure. It was kind of just like, you ask everyone what they did that weekend, and I'm like, I went fishing, and everyone else went and did whatever else, that normal kids would do. So for me, I do feel like if you have the ability to maybe get a youngster a fishing lure or a rod and reel, get them out fishing. I think that's very valuable for our sport. It's very valuable, not necessarily to grow our sport, but more so just to get people into the outdoors. I really believe like the outdoors has a healing ability to it. And I think it's something that a lot of our younger generation is not able to partake in these days. So if you can get somebody out in the outdoors, and it's not necessarily just fishing, but if you can get them out just hiking through the woods, get them out hunting, get them out so that they can enjoy things that they otherwise would not be able to. I think you give the potential of that individual really becoming an outdoorsman and therefore helping other future younger generations out. So I always try to get my boys and some other kids some tackle and stuff just to get them outside. Now for me, I will tell you one cool gift that I got today was this guy right here. I don't know if you guys know what this is, but this is a uh, most golfers probably know what this is. This is a ball retriever, right? But the cool thing with this is it's telescopic. So this thing actually extends out to like 10 or 12 feet. And I'm not going to use it for golfing. I do a little golf. I golf once or twice a year. But this, for me, is going to stay on my boat. And this is going to be a bait retriever, and not a bait retriever for what you would think, where I got stuck and I'm trying to retrieve my own bait. I'm going to use this as a bait retriever to get baits that are out of trees and things that are, just hanging in bushes and stuff that you see randomly sometimes as you're going down the bank. I just had an instance where I walked down to the shoreline and found a topwater bait that was hanging about 15 feet above the shore. And I had to get it down with a tree trimmer. Now, if I had this, I would have been able to get it with this. But I had another instance where Hank and I were out fishing and we saw a spinnerbait hanging in a tree. We were able to get it, but not get it as easily as we could have, or at least with this. So I'm actually going to use this where I'm going to try to hook the bait itself, or put one of the hooks around it, and then I can like lift it up off the branch. We'll see how it works. I mean, it when you extend it out to like 12 foot, it's not what I would consider It doesn't feel extremely durable, but I also don't feel like I'm going to be putting a ton of leverage. If anything, I'm going to be pulling straight down. So if the bait is connected with some line that's tangled in the tree, I'm hoping I should be able to tear it off. But this is going in my boat. I don't know. I feel like I might be able to use this for a bunch of other things too. So when I saw it, I put it on my Christmas list and I got it. So a ball retriever. Anyways, guys, I'm going to leave this short. Get back to your family. Enjoy this holiday. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your continued support. I appreciate all of you out there. Have a good Christmas. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Share the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Stay tuned. We'll be back to our tip videos tomorrow.